Hey y'all, so I created a video, relationship goals part 2, and it was actually a live video on Facebook. So I figured I would come through on YouTube to give you the pointers and hit the points that I did not share already with you guys. Part of that is being patient. Be patient with your mates. You know, if there are things that we do differently in our roles as a couple. For example, cleaning the house, washing clothes. Those are things that I do most of the time. My husband takes care of outside yard work, cleaning the truck, putting gas in my truck, things like that. So I have zero desires to do what he does. And I appreciate him doing what he does. And I want him to know that I'm thankful for his role, and as well as being thankful for the role that I've been given. And being confident in that role, so that you're not trying to scramble around and figure out, does this work or does this not work? You figure out what works for you, and then you thrive in that thing that works for you. You don't need to try and be like someone else or do what someone else is doing, relationship wise or individually. I respect his position. I'm patient with him. If he does clean up or he does do laundry, I'm not going off on him about the fact that he didn't do it just like I do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go and get gas and put it in the truck because it's hot and I want to stand outside. You know what I'm saying? I just think we need to learn how to love and function in what suits us best. I don't ask him, to do things that I don't want him to be doing or that I feel like I can do myself. That's fine. Some people want to be very equal in their relationships and in their role as male and female, so on and so forth. As for me, I don't really stress that. And so these videos that I make are about what I've experienced, what works for me and my husband. We've been together 10 years. It's good. I love him, and these things work. And because they work so well for us, I love to share them with other people. Then, communication. I touched base on that in the first video. You want to be honest with each other. You want to be able to sit and converse about whatever it may be, openly and honestly. Not an attack, not for the other person to feel like you're trying to belittle them or minimize their value when they're speaking. Listening to each other. And then talking things out and being productive as you do so. Sometimes people have the tendency to attack one another or even try to convince them, hey, I need you to feel what I'm feeling and listen to me, learn what no. We are totally fine with not always having the same perspective. That is just fine. It's normal and it's okay. But value who you have and the relationship you have. So you want to meet the needs of your spouse or your mate, whether that is conversation, sexual activity, spiritual, needs. They need to be met. You need to be striving to be all that, you were supposed to be in the relationship. Don't come with excuses and, I can't, I'm not available tonight to do this. I'm too tired. Let me sleep. Don't wake me up. No, this is your spouse. This is your mate, and I'm not condoning fornication. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying in these relationships, are you striving to be the best mate you can be? Are you honoring who you're with and loving them with your whole heart and your whole self? Are you forgiving them on a daily basis? Because it is key and vital to a thriving, great relationship. I need to be able to forgive every day. He needs to be able to forgive every day because we won't hit the mark every day. There are seasons of up, down, sometimes you're not feeling your greatest or, y'all have a season where you're kind of dry with each other and you're not talking as much or, you just may be going through other things that, kind of alter the dynamic of the relationship, but you want to strive to get back in the right place, with God being the core of your relationship, the core of your being, which makes your relationship better. Don't settle for not being at your best. Give 110% in these relationships, because it works. You're not going to tell me that my husband wasn't created just for me. He was. And I thank God for that. I love our relationship. I love our marriage. You know, it's not anything I would trade. Then you be mindful of those who are watching, especially your children. You know, we have 5 children. And we're a blended family. And blended families can work. We are a blended, blessed family. And I would not trade anything that we have going on in the world. Nothing we've experienced through this course. Nothing we've got going on today. It's all worked for our good. And, you know, when he met me, I had 3 children. He had 1. Together, we've had one, you know, we've had 1 together. And so there we have 5. And those are my babies. They're watching us. They're watching our relationship. And I want them to be able to have happy, healthy relationships when they go out and begin dating, or, you know, make these decisions too. So be mindful of that. Support your mate. Forgive. Be honest. Be loving. Don't go around speaking negatively about them and the relationship. Talk things over. You know, most importantly, you're going to want to pray about everything as it relates to your relationship and yourself. We got to start walking in our purpose and doing so confidently. I worked in the medical field for 15 years, and my sister's a nurse. That's her calling. She is a great nurse. However, this is what I was put on this planet to do. What I'm doing right now. The goal is to inspire, to encourage, to motivate. That's what God has purposed me to do. And this is right. This is what God has guided me to do. And this is what I'm doing in this season, and probably for the rest of my life. You know, and where this takes me, I'm not sure. But I'm sure that God is leading me. So go with what God has given you as your purpose and what you should be doing. Figure that out. And then walk in that thing and do it. You know, don't hold back. We're talking faith over fear. You are great in yourself. You are awesome as you are. The things that you like to see different and change, work on those things and put the work in. Don't complain and say, oh, nobody's ever going to want me. Oh, I'm never going to have a good relationship, because you think that that's exactly what is going on in your life and will continue to go on. The changes can't occur if your mindset is already stuck on what you think it should be. It becomes the reality. So you need to change your mindset. Change your heart. And then walk. Take the path that was given to you and do and, you know, serve. I appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'll be back. I love you guys. Tika Talks.